Everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to do Monopoly. I am referring to HAL variant chapter number 24. So what is Monopoly? We know that if a firm or an industry has certain power to influence the market, it is known as monopoly. Now before moving ahead, we will derive it, okay? So we will take Py equals to A minus By. Okay, so to derive the monopoly equation, we need to just remember that we will take Py equals to A minus By. So what we will do here is, no, let me tell you. A here is willingness to pay. Willingness to pay. And Y is the quantity demanded. And this whole, no, sorry. So we will just remember this whole equation. Now what we will do is that we know that total revenue equals to price into quantity, but in microeconomics what we do is denote quantity by Y. Don't get confused, okay? We denote quantity by Y in microeconomics. You might think that Y is the income, but no, it's the quantity. So we know that TR equals to price into quantity, and from here price is the function of Y, okay? Quantity demanded. So what we do is replace this equation in this. What we get is total revenue equals to A minus By upon Y. So we will multiply, we will get A minus By square. Sorry, Ay minus By square. So from here we get to know that the slope of the total revenue curve is minus B. Minus B. How come? Because this is the intercept and this is the minus, which is not visible, so I am marking it with blue. This is the minus, so it is minus B, okay? So this is the intercept and this is the slope, so slope is minus B. Slope of total revenue is minus B. Now to find MR, what we will do is to derivate TR with respect to Y. When we derivate TR with respect to Y, what we will get is, suppose derivate TR with respect to Y, okay? When we derivate TR, we get MR. and with respect to y, so it is ay, so ay becomes a minus 2by. So here we get the equation for mr, and I told you that this is the intercept and this is the slope. So here what is the slope? It is marginal revenue slope is minus 2b. So let me show this through a graph. Okay, so let me show it. Suppose this is the graph and the intercept is a. We know that on the y-axis there is intercept, and the intercept of total revenue is a. So total revenue curve is minus b, and it is downward sloping. Okay, so the intercept of total revenue is a. Now we have plot the total revenue curve. Now we will plot the marginal revenue curve. We can see that the intercept of marginal revenue is also a. So it will start from the same axis on y. Okay, yes, same y axis from point A. It will start from point A in the y axis. Now we get to know that the slope is minus 2b, means it is half. So we will draw another line, marginal revenue, and the slope of this is marginal revenue. Okay, and the slope is minus 2b. Why? From this we can conclude that marginal revenue falls with a great speed, okay, than TR. Now we will determine the optimal level of output in monopoly, where price and output can be determined. Okay, so for that we want to know the profit maximization formula. Pi is the profit. The profit maximization formula is total revenue minus total cost. It is the revenue you earn minus the cost you incur. Okay, so total revenue minus total cost can be written as pi equals to, we know that total revenue can also be total revenue can also be written as price into quantity, as I have stated earlier. Okay, so we will write total revenue as price into quantity minus, we can write total cost as cy. Cost is the function of quantity demanded. Now what we will do is we will derivate it. We will derivate this. If we derivate this with respect to y, you should remember we will derivate it with respect to y. So what we get is d pi upon dy equals to, we will apply product rule here. Okay, so what we get is, first we will derivate p with respect to y. When we derivate p, we get dp by dy dot y. Okay, and plus we derivate y with respect to y. So what we get is dy upon dy, which is basically 1 into P. Okay, so answer is this. And now we have to derivate the cost function. We know that when we derivate the cost function, we get what? We get marginal cost. And when you derivate it is equals to 0. So you have to remember this equation, and if you are incurring a problem in derivating and you are thinking how did we get this, then just go and revise the formula for product rule. If we get this, we can say this as marginal revenue, because what we said that total revenue equals to P into Y. Okay, when we derivate P into Y, we get this. So basically we derivated total revenue, so what we can call this as marginal revenue. Then what happen is we will take the marginal cost to the right hand side. When we take marginal cost to the right hand side, what we get is no sorry. Now what we do is, we will take marginal cost to the right hand side. We get the same equation. Okay, when marginal cost will move here, it will be positive. Okay, we should rub this. It will become positive. Now listen carefully. Now this might be a confusing step, but you have to remember. Now from marginal revenue we will take P as common. Wait, let me align this. We will take P as common. When we take P as common, what we get? We will take P as common. We get dP by dy dot y upon P plus 1 equals to marginal cost. Now, if we have studied elasticity, we don't know that the formula for elasticity is price upon output or quantity demanded into dy upon dP. So what we know is that if the formula for elasticity is P upon Y into change in quantity upon change in price. Now we know that this equation is reciprocal of this, and this is elasticity equals to P upon Y into change in Y upon change in P, and this one is reciprocal of this. So now how could we write this? Okay, we denoted this by E. Okay, and it is reciprocal, so we write it as price is common 1 plus 1 upon E modulus E. E refers to elasticity equals to marginal cost. So see the condition from here. Elasticity formula is this. Okay, and this was reciprocal of this, so we can write it as 1 upon E because we denoted this as E. Now we got this. Now you might be thinking that why we took modulus E, because the elasticity formula, sorry I messed it out, but here it should be in minus. and in the equation we had in plus, so we have to take the mod to make it in plus. Also, to make it in plus, otherwise it would be minus. Okay. Now this was the concept. Now the second way we can write it as, what we can write it as, you must have to know. The second way is, suppose this was the equation, all the step of above are same. Wait, oh. So suppose this was the equation. Sorry for the trouble. Yeah. So let me write it out. Okay. So what was the equation? P plus so the equation was P plus P. No. Wait. There's a bit confusion. Delete. Yeah. So the equation was P plus Y dP upon dy minus the marginal cost, okay, equals to 0. This is after derivative. This is after sorry. This is after derivative. Okay, this was the equation and we took minus mc to the right side where it becomes positive. Okay, now we are going to solve. Okay, so what we can do here is, suppose we will write p plus, now we will divide and multiply, okay, this whole equation by p. We will multiply by p and divide by p. When we divide by p, we will divide it inside dp by dy, and when we take marginal cost to right hand side, it becomes positive. Now listen carefully. Now I earlier told you that the formula for elasticity is P upon Y into change in quantity upon change in price, okay, and it is the reciprocal of this, so we can write it as P plus P upon E equals to marginal cost. So this is the new formula. Now let me derive let me make a graph, okay, where we will derive marginal revenue and marginal cost, okay. So from total revenue and total cost, we know that first we will make a graph. Now we know that total revenue is represented by this, okay, it increases, then it's constant, then it decreases, and why that you know, okay, and we will draw the total cost curve, which is inverted S shape. Why it is inverted S shape? Because of variation law of variation proportion. Okay, so this is total cost. Now if the question is asked that derive marginal cost relationship between marginal cost and marginal revenue from total cost. Okay, we know that we have to derivate TR and TC. Okay, when we derivate TR, what we get is marginal revenue. Okay, and what is marginal revenue? Basically the slope of TR, and when we derivate total cost we get marginal. Oh, sorry, I did a mistake here. We get marginal revenue. Okay, marginal revenue, and we know that marginal revenue is represented as dr upon dy, change in revenue upon change in quantity demanded. So it is basically this the rate of change or slope. And now we will derive TC. We will get we will get marginal cost. We know that marginal cost is dc upon dy, change in cost upon change in quantity demanded. Okay, now we know that when we derive TR we get MR, which is the slope of TR. So what we will gonna do is we'll make a line tangent to TR and TC. When we make a line tangent to TR and TC, what we get is marginal revenue and marginal cost. Okay, so I hope it was easy to understand that how we derive the monopolist equation from the from total revenue and from the total revenue curve. And then we move ahead, we derive the equation where marginal cost was equals to marginal revenue in two ways. Then we moved ahead and derived it with respect to the graph.